Well, this certainly turned into linguistics 101 or something. But while I'm here, this is really interesting imagery here with the floating, partly deconstructed bridges. I am usually not a fan of 3D, and I'm making air quotes here, 3D bridges like with the mid textures, but in this case it looks really cool, I have to say.
Thank you.
Unlike, I think, was there a 3D bridge? Oh, damn it. Was there a 3D bridge in the TTO's, one of the TTO's maps?
Yeah, that was my first 3D bridge. It's Titius, at least that's the way I pronounce it.
Right.
So I couldn't really, I was very surprised that you were laughing about it, because I never thought of it that way. Never,
Right,
ever.
okay. Some of us have dirty minds, I guess.
Yeah, but you will see I have a dirty mind as well. You'll see that.
I know,
later,
yes,
Jeff.
trust me, I
A
know.
very
Even though-
dirty mind.
Even though I
Juvenile
haven't
almost.
seen, but I have read quite a lot of young impressionable minds being just scarred past any point of, I don't know, help by those
Yeah,
vulgar.
well, you're in hell. Where mad mathematicians and evil witchers have done their scheming for millennia, and no one ever said that you would come out mentally sane.
Well, also apparently the mathematicians are just kinda, I don't know how to say it nicely, but if they create worlds that have a lot of that, it should mean something bad about them.
Yeah, probably. I'm not a mathematician.
Yes, certainly not about you as the author of it, certainly
I
not.
just wanted to put this disclaimer, because of the pie puzzle you might have expected me to be one, but I'm not.
I am not, don't worry, I'm a normal person, I am not actually a mathematician. Good to know, I was worried there for a second. I mean, this really has all signs of like a plug. If you like something or like have a job that could be represented in Doom, of course you would do that. I mean, come on. So that was really suspicious that you made a world about mathematicians or inspired or have mathematicians in the story. I was beginning to think something, but no, apparently I have nothing to worry about. Also, I am getting a bit of lag, like that one time in that one place, which again probably has nothing to do with actual level and just,
I don't think so. Yeah.
yeah, with my because it happened in like the least, well, maybe not the least, but definitely not the most image heavy like place. So yeah, that's obviously only something about my hard drive or something else. Technical difficulties.
The 3D bridges, to just briefly mention them again, the first one in Titius was my first 3D bridge ever, and originally it was a vanilla bridge actually. And later on, when I switched to ZDoom, I kind of converted it to just have a 3D object.
Oh.
So it's all the same now. But in the beginning, it was a true vanilla 3D bridge.
Vanilla 3D bridge, I have actually no idea how those are done.
In ZDoom, 3D bridges can just be done by putting some floating object in the middle of space where you can walk upon.
Do vanilla bridges involve like shifting a sector when you come to
yeah, exactly. There you have to do lots of funny hiding special sectors that are moving everything instantly up and down.
Oh well, that's...
And it's very error prone actually,
bothersome.
because whenever you have monsters underneath the bridge, you get all kind of weird effects.
Yeah, well, that could be solved with monster blocking lies, but co-op...
Yeah, but then you would wonder why have a 3D bridge in the first place if nobody can actually pass under it.
that's also true. Well, maybe I guess I would just make a couple pillars that you have to jump across in that case, if I was making vanilla 3D kind of interconnectivity like that.
But in this case here, at least I haven't seen it anywhere else before. Not saying that nobody did it, but I've never seen suspension bridges like this in this level before. So at least in my own mind, I did something imaginative here, or originally.
Well, you know, if I think even if someone did it, if you didn't know and if you thought of it yourself, it should count as your own. Well, I mean, of course it is. So yeah, that's even if I later find out that it's completely like something in some other level that I haven't played like you. That's not going to change my opinion whatsoever. So yeah, I'm just cool like that.
Thanks.
Also, did I really? Yeah, I think
so this was one of the things that I at least had never seen before when doing it myself.
Yeah, this is really. Also, is like the river Phlegathon plays from some legend or mythology or whatever?
Yeah, it's from Dante's Divine Comedy.
Oh.
Where he travels through the different cantos of Inferno and stuff.
Yeah,
well, I was basically inspired by, I think it was in TNT or no, it was in Plutonia, I think, where the river Styx flows.
I remember.
There are also many other games that are using these rivers.
Oh wow,
but I never saw. Yeah, he does it.
No.
So
yes, okay. I really wanted to throw him off the bridge. There is not enough of this in Doom. I noticed that in games that allow me to do this, I really always enjoy throwing people off some high places.
Yeah.
So that was really satisfying. But yeah, you wanted to say something, or did you?
So these rivers are used a lot in games, but mostly the river Styx and the river Acheron, I think it's called. And I've never seen the river Phlegathon actually, so I wanted to do one of the lesser used rivers myself.
Oh well, these guys should go to the doctor. Also, it's really cool how you have the red texture here, like this. Well, you know what I mean. I don't have to put it into words. What do you mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
The further I went with Doom Builder and doing elaborate levels, I had developed kind of a keen eye for detail. More. I'm not saying that you won't find under detailed areas again, but at least I developed a keener eye on these things.
Well, yeah, I think really the more widespread notion of detail is something that I like less than this kind of thing, because I mean, usually when people try to do detail, they mean that there should be no flat surface in any direction left untouched by my whatever geometry multiplying fingers. But I enjoy a lot more when you just have these little touches that are actually not just kind of some, maybe, I don't know, a loose brick here or something equally boring, or a computer screen in a wall, which is a classic example. But this, even if otherwise the whole area is completely under detailed, and I don't mean that here it's the case, here it's pretty fine, I think. Maybe it could have used a bit lighting variation on the landscape, but still it's completely fine, I think. Yeah, I really appreciate this kind of details usually.
Cool.
So yeah, that's you just. One thing, however, that I don't appreciate is red and green textures like this, unless the red one is blood. But mixing red bricks with the green marble is not something that I usually like. But who cares?
Yeah, I think I'm seeing quite a lot of very well done recolorings of the marble textures in the several ones. I like them a lot. Many people use some brown or gray versions of them, and yeah, they're very realistic and I really like them.
Funny thing here, I actually absolutely cannot stand the recolors of standard textures.
Okay.
Unless it's like the waterfalls. I think it's like dirt and the blue waterfalls, which were absent in Doom. Those are pointful, but I don't know, for some reason I just don't like whatsoever when you have like these bricks but different color or gray marble. I don't know, it's really strange, one of my really strange tastes. Like also I really never play, also why are the parts of switches lying here? Plankton flows into armor with less force. Wow, I just pressed a button and altered some huge thing about how the world is constructed. This is amazing. I feel very powerful. Yeah, one of the things is I never, well, almost never play with like mods that maybe sound replacements or better animations. For example, in Doom you have like better animations for weapons mod and different sounds. In a lot of games usually people make like different textures for the guns, or the sounds are very popular thing to change, and I cannot stand them usually. Even if there's like a mod that fixes some annoying thing about the game, I just don't like using them. I don't know why. I just play. I want to take games as they were made by the authors originally, and if that's bad, I'm just, I don't know, for some reason I rather play something annoying than play with the community-made fixes. Unless, of course, the one thing I think is a exception is for Morrowind. There is a mod that makes all the signs which point to where what town is. It makes the names actually written on the textures.
Yeah, but it's not like retexturing things is meant as a fix. I think it's just meant as new assets to have a look that hasn't previously been done for the game.
Well, yeah, that one is just really, I don't know. Also, there is one I sometimes use that. Why is yes, it's just here to go up. Sometimes I enable the mod that turns gold into actually yellow instead of green, and that's like the only mods like that in the history of like games ever that I ever used. I have some really strange bias against these types of things, so I don't know why. I have no idea why.
Well, I think it's just a matter of personal taste. So
well, of course, yeah. I am not. Unlike a lot of times when I do this time, I'm not actually claiming that this is like the only true, real position to take on the matter. This time I can allow. I will be gracious enough to allow different opinions. Also, this is interesting. Suddenly I am in some marble area place, and I like marble area place quite a lot. And actually the mixing of the colors doesn't even bother me as much in this for some reason. Maybe because there's also blood, which is also red, and it just kind of eases me into the idea of these colors. Okay, and this is standing out quite a lot in a Doom level, I have to say.
You will find more of these as you progress through the chapter. They're open source drawings that you can find on Wikipedia, for example, and these are actually related to the Dante stories. So, yeah, they're very close to the...
Did the mathematicians actually create like a replica of a river from an old book? Or did they open a portal to it? What's the story
you shouldn't take this mathematician story too seriously in terms of like they would have created every single level of that chapter. It was more that they created the abstract and just with the help of some warlocks or whatever tried to lure some strange dimensions to like connect to this abstract. So yeah, it's all a bit up to your own imagination, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
if you like it the way that everything has been done by the mathematicians, it's fine for me. If you don't like that, it's fine for me either.
You know what? Usually, even though I usually dislike when, as I think we discussed briefly with Hippycat in the very last video, I usually don't like when things are completely left untouched and just to my imagination. But in this case, I think I will be fine. Whoa, many. 3 is too many elementals. I'll be fine just...
You look to the other side.
Well, a couple more. Thinking that... yeah, they just kind of opened the gateways to these by making the abstract. So basically just like what you said there, maybe it's less of a real place and more, I mean, this particular, it's not like some dimension that existed and they just opened, but maybe it's like a manifestation of like someone's imagination or a creative work or something like that. That's also an interesting idea, like a dimension from an alternate universe where something is exactly like in some book from our universe or something like that. So yeah, that's really random for me to discuss. Also nice hiding the barrels and torches in the ground like this.
Yeah, thank you.
I wonder... No, I'm not actually... The conditions here do not encourage me to stop and look at it downwards or try to change the sprite settings to see if they jump up and down and become visible. So yeah, that's... Also the squares on the ceiling here look kind of silly from these sectors.
Yeah, well, we discussed that way back in the first chapter that I never ever did some transfer light sectors thing. yeah, this is definitely something I want to do in the future, like, you know, removing odd light sources on the ceiling or something.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing to look out for, because when you notice it, it just draws your attention from everything. You just look at it. Wow,
yeah, that's true.
That's dumb and stuff like. Also, are these stalactites copy pasted from that one level before?
No, I think, yeah, I think I might have copy pasted one of them, but as you can see, in this case, they are all height variations.
I can't picture anything. It's too dark to quote someone from somewhere. But no, yeah, I can't really see them very well among all these lost souls here.
Should you die, you might want to kill all the pain elementals next time before pressing the switch. Just a little hint. Well,
I don't
most
think
of them
that'll be
here are
necessary.
dead,
Also,
so you might have crossed the point of it becoming possible, actually.
I don't know. I don't think I shall be killed by these lost souls, seeing as how I have 60 health, and those guys just completely don't give a shit about me. Which I would be slightly maybe scared of the Archviles if they even ever try to attack me from there. But it seems that they don't. So, I wonder if it's like an invisible wall between them and me. Like if I pass, they are going to suddenly be able to, or if
just think they are too far away. I think as soon as you approach,
I don't think that ever stops Archviles from attacking being too far away.
Do you think they have like
you just made the exact sound of an
infinitely long
Archvile.
range, or?
I actually, well, I am not going to speak about, maybe these are modified Archvile. Oh, snap, speak of the devil. But actually, as far as I know, like, everyone has infinitely long range. Only like hit scanners can't hit you from really big distances, because like the hit scan code is not suited for that. But I think monsters actually, like, they don't have max range. Some of them have min range, but I don't know. I think at least, I think that. Also, yeah, they are just not very aggressive today. I think.
Maybe not.
Just one attack. Oh yes.
But
I think
we
you provoked
them so far today.
You provoked them by making that sound exact like the laugh of Archvile there. I don't remember what prompted it, but you just that sound made the sound.
Okay. There were no Archviles in the fading place.
Did I say anything about that, or did you just kind of?
Well, you hinted at it because you
Yeah,
said
right.
they hadn't had like a good day so far or something, and that implicated that you would have encountered some before.
No, you're thinking too hard about this. I'm just saying that these two particular Archviles are kind of sleepy, or they were before I started shooting them. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also meant to, but now of course I don't need to ask. I guess I was lucky that I went to the Vivarium first, because I don't know, the introduction to Archviles would be a bit less impactful if I saw them here first before that. So.
Yes, this is the two possibilities to first see Archviles in DTS-T, either this fortress or Vivarium. And there's another good reason for picking Vivarium first. It's basically the easiest of the 3 initial levels, and you get the BFG after doing the first level. So yeah, you have an easier time doing Vivarium without BFG than all the other, the 2 other levels.
Yeah, why this guy took it really seriously. Jumped down and ran at me. Yeah, I was actually wondering. I don't think I was wondering enough to bother asking, but. It's nice that you have rewards not like per level, but after the first level, after the second level, something. It's not after Vivarium you get a BFG every time. So that's a cool little piece of planning, of course, for anyone who actually plays more than once. But maybe just in case I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes when I lie in bed, I fantasize about writing a game guide, and then I would write, yeah, you should go to Vivarium first.
That's very specific and bordering on too much information.
Well, game guides usually give too much information.
Yeah, I mean, what you fantasize about while lying in bed.
Yeah, well, I
Good
did
thing
tell
the thing
you
is
everything I fantasized about.
Yeah, good
Just
thing it
100%.
turned out to be only the game guide thing, because yeah, that's I was mildly panicking there for a second, silently, like, whoa, no, stop.
Yeah, too much information.
Yeah, I was when I was quite a bit smaller than I am now, I wasted countless huge copy books or whatever they're called, drawing like screenshots from imagined games and writing like hints for them. And there's like I don't know, maybe a couple dozen huge A4 format notebooks here and there with a lot of games that I just started thinking about imagining. There is, of course, there is a Doom clone, like a blatant Doom clone in there. I think one of my I had like a weapon which I always would put in any sort of first-person shooter. It was like a how to describe even. Imagine like a general shape of like a blimp, like this prolonged but with a pointy sides kind of thing here. And there I had a rocket launcher which looked like two of those and basically a handle. And its thing was, it was made of like hyper light metal, so it was like a hand portable two rocket at a time rocket launcher, and you could two hand them, so you would have like four you could fire 4 rockets at a time if you wished. So I don't know, that just seemed like the coolest weapon ever when I was a kid. Maybe I should, if I ever make some game myself, not just levels for a game, I should probably make that a weapon, because it sounds like a natural progression after Super Shotgun, making it double-barreled rocket launcher. Also, I am slightly, maybe a bit lost here, but I think I may have just not paid enough attention. Also, we are taking way more time than I usually want to, but I am beating this level today, and nothing's stopping me.
I didn't really expect you to beat 2 levels in the usual time, because the chapters and the levels here are significantly larger than the ones in the earlier chapters.
Well, yeah, but to be fair, I did waste a lot of time in the previous level, being awesome.
To be honest, yeah, but I think this is actually the largest level in the entire game, to be honest.
Okay, do these do anything? I don't see.
Yes, they do something.
Ah, crud. Okay, let's see. At least the door's opened. Oh wow, what the... Huh. Thank you, Revenant. Huh. Oh, yeah, I'm dead.
This is one example where on ultra-violence there would be 2 archviles coming from the ground.
Okay, I am going with my foreknowledge of that place. I'm... no, I don't think it'll work. I briefly considered trying to back up before the door closed. Yes, it is on the timer, so... Wait, what? Wait, what? I thought I pressed something that opened them for good. No? What? Some barriers are lowering nearby. Now I actually read what's written to me. Okay, press the button, run. Block the door with my body here. Oops. Run a bit deeper. Piece off the archvile, get a rocket to the face and run off. That's the best strategy I could have possibly came. No.
And now you have an archvile running amok amongst thousands of corpses.
Well, not really thousands.
Well,
and
it's almost Vivarium-esque here.
Almost being the key word, and he is pretty much running not where there's any corpses. And also now I'm going to be even smarter. I know last time I said it was the best strategy, but it was the second best strategy. Come on. Maybe it wasn't, because now I have to go and press the switch again. And when I do, he's probably going to escape and revive someone.
Or he has revived the Revenant already.
Has he?
No, but he could have.
You're just trying your luck here, just in case it happened to be correct. Also, I have to press the switch again. At least it's not too time consuming, I suppose.
A new puzzle just comes to my mind where you cannot, you know, do this room step by step, but every time the door closes, everyone inside resurrects again.
Oh wow,
How would that be?
Yeah, like it would be like Dark Souls.
Yeah,
Quite
it
a
would
bit
be
like
like
Dark Souls.
some MMO dungeon where you have to, you know, pull some monsters and you just have to finish them or they reset completely. I don't know if you play MMOs,
I don't.
but that's the way all the dungeons work, where you go with several people.
Yeah, I've never played a lot of MMOs. I tried. My favorite thing to say always when MMOs come up is that I played a week of World of Warcraft on a pirate server where quests didn't work, dialogue didn't work with NPCs, NPCs didn't work, there was no people around me, and I feel that I'm qualified to say that the World of Warcraft sucks based on that experience.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah. Oh wow, what? It just kind of fell from. Wow, that's cool. No, something was blocking me, I think. Yeah, something is definitely blocking me right here. And I think I have the compatibility options set to default, so it says.
No, you're fine. This is just a glitch.
This is like some self-referencing
explain
sectors or something.
Yeah, it's very small sectors that are holding the arachnotrons up in the air.
Well,
couldn't really figure out any other way to do this, but the effect of them coming from the holes was just too enticing for me to not do it.
yeah, that's pretty amazing. That's the best enemy to do that. The spiders just falling from a ceiling. That's pretty cool. Reminding me once again of the Alien thing. Good thing my last experience with that franchise was the first game, which is the very best. And so now I don't make like a scrunchy face every time I say the word Alien vs Predator, because my last memories are good memories. Okay. Let's try this thing. Oh, let's just not press the switch and see where we can get. Also, I forgot to ask initially, these bars, right, just push me out of that corridor, or was it just me?
It was just you.
Because I could have sworn that I stood like where the blue ones are, and then I was pushed there and looked back and there's all the
never
bars.
Never happened to me actually. They're just coming up right after you.
Maybe it's just another case of holding a button without realizing it. Yeah. Oh crud, I need all the... Am I still? Yeah, I'm still in it. For some reason I was under the impression that I switched levels at some point here, because this doesn't really remind me too much of that river area.
Yeah, the level is kind of divided into two parts, and the first part is the actual river, and the second part is this area where you have just some hellish caverns and stuff like that.
Well, it's I personally oh no I personally love hellish caverns, so no you'll hear no complaints on this side. Also, I was just fantastic for a second there, and then it's all went to shit when I...
Yeah, that's a good description.
Well, at least I make good descriptions today. Also, before I forget, I was wondering if you knew how people, what people think of these particle effects when you're putting them in your WOD.
I don't know.
Because usually people just kinda groan when they see one of those and just, it's Doom particle effects, like... I've only ever played one WOD exactly where they were used.
What do you think of the blood rain, though? It was kind of an experiment.
Those little strings of blood there in that room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... I guess I forgot to say that looks really... I know. It makes more of an impact than just straight up waterfall of blood, because it looks like it just kind of... It is less liquid, like it's just kind of slightly seeping through the cracks in the ceiling, and that's just kind of disgusting, implying disgusting things, and that's nice, because
okay, cool.
when you play Doom, that's what you should do. That's really cool imagery there. I was afraid for a second before that those would be like blocking my movement, but they weren't. So yeah, that's That's cool. Also, are these completely like pointless, or are they going to raise from? Oh no, I think yes. Question retract. I know now.
You've seen it.
Yeah,
A lot of people miss that actually. This is one of the possible misers in the game.
I've looked into the abyss and soul key. Also, how do I get down?
It's a bit of a.
Well, this is, I don't know, this is just kind of funny, this little piece of flesh here being a lift, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a bit of a bad thing to do, or not a bad thing, but can't think of the name of the word. Nasty thing to do to hide the red key in the flesh pit with demons because their blood looks exactly the same.
Well, yeah, I guess in any case, I think people should be able to figure out that there should have been a key in there somewhere. Yeah. So obviously, if it wasn't on the surface, it would be in that pit, and the pit isn't so large that you cannot just comb through it and get it, even if you don't see it. So that's completely one of these things that I imagine some people would complain about, but I just think that's kind of stupid thing to complain about. A lot of things in this world like this. Huh.